It's 26th of June 2025, 11:06 a.m. And every Thursday we have the pleasure of having one of the most brightest minds there is to walk the face of the earth.
I agree.
See, I miss him. I will not even lie.
So there's there are people that you
dive.
say, oh, this person is so mad. But in his case, there's a method to his madness. He knows where he's going with it. And so he's that person. He's in the studio right now. And we're excited to have him. If you don't know him, you have not been listening. I don't know why.
Every Thursday we have him. And we have been having him for about 6 weeks now.
It's beginning to...
What?
Nothing. You know what I know. But yes, it's been such a pleasure having him. Every day we have him here in the studio. It's a blessing. And we find out something more. Last week you missed Ladi Kwali.
I want updates. I'm going to go watch it on YouTube.
But the beautiful thing is that the person we're talking about today is a show, the play that he did alongside Ladi Kwali.
Aha, nice.
So,
Nice.
who is this guy?
You reserved this for me.
Yes.
I like that you reserved this person that we're about to talk about today for me. Because when she wanted to put the list, I said, no, please don't do him.
Not
When I
this
come
week.
back, I want to do him with you. Well, we have Joseph Edgar, who's popularly known as the Duke of Shomolu.
Yeah.
He is an accomplished investment banker, a prolific author, and one of Nigeria's most influential theatre producers. He has an illustrious career spanning over 22 years in investment banking.
That's right.
And another 7 dedicated to producing some of the country's most engaging stage productions. He has seamlessly blended finance with the arts, building an extensive network of over 10,000 high-profile contacts across diverse sectors, a testament to his strong relationship-building skills. And now, beyond all of his accomplishments in finance, Joseph Edgar has made an indelible mark in Nigeria's creative industry. As the founder of Duke of Shomolu Productions, he has produced some of the country's most compelling stage plays over the last 6 years. Now, over 200,000 people have witnessed the production. That is the Duke of Shomolu Productions, including Lagos, Abeokuta, Benin, Warri, Uyo, and Abuja.
It's notable. He has all sorts of, he's deep dived into all sorts of people. And one of those people would be people like President or former President Olusegun Obasanjo,
right?
Awo, Ladi Kwali,
Bianca.
Listen, and now we're gonna have one that we're so excited for. But let's tell you a little more. He's an author. He's published over 7 books, contributing significantly to Nigeria's literary space. He's actually working on a coffee table book. Yes, a big one. This is the biggest one. Yes. He's also a respected columnist and essayist, known for his thought-provoking articles that span politics, business, and culture. His literary works reflect his deep intellectual insights, offering readers a unique blend of historical context, social commentary, and personal reflection. In the creative arts, he has showcased exceptional talent as a theatre producer, bringing historical narratives to life and connecting deeply with audiences.
Well, his name is none other than the Duke of Shomolu, Joseph Edgar.
Why do you guys always have these bells?
Because, yes, we're going to ring it.
The bell is to get attention. Did you not get your attention?
I did. Every radio station has a bell.
Yes.
Wow.
Sometimes, you need to do kero. Anyway, we're so happy to have you here today.
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah.
Always a pleasure.
Okay.
So today we will be delving into the life and times and, of course, this notable work called Zik.
Yep.
A powerful tribute to Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe.
Yep.
If you have a 500 naira note with you right now, just open it and you see his face there. Just in case you were wondering, who's here? Because these Gen Zs, they don't really know.
We should actually call him his full name, Dr. Nnamdi Benjamin Azikiwe.
Ooh, who would have known?
I love it. Okay.
He's a Ben?
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
He's a Ben. What, are you in love with a Ben?
No.
Do you want to be in love with a Ben?
Right. Let's talk about Dr. Nnamdi Benjamin Azikiwe.
Yeah.
The first question we always ask you is the why.
The why?
Why did you decide to do something on Nnamdi Azikiwe?
But let me tell you something here. And I've mentioned this many times. When you ask the why, that means you're assuming that there's a system. You're assuming that there's a schedule, there's a plan. At times I don't even know these things. It just comes. Do you get? So I don't know the why.
But sometimes when you come up with this thought, there has to be a reason for you to say,
like, how did it
even
come
if it's
about?
not a system, something hit you, something
like,
brought it to your attention,
wanna
and
do
you decided
Zik.
to do it.
But I don't think I'm explained. That's challenge here now. I don't think I'm explained.
Isn't that the challenge here?
I don't even know. Like I told you last week. So there are some of those things that the director comes and says, I won't do this.
Okay.
Do you get me now? It's okay, let's deal. And then, but most of them, 90% of the time, it's me that just says, this is what I want to do.
Okay.
You
So
understand?
did you choose this or did you choose
I
you?
chose Zik. So this is what I want to do. But I mean, it's just be a natural flow. If after Owl, there should be Zik and there should be Saldana.
Okay.
Okay,
I
see,
see.
that makes so
Now
there's a why.
There's a why.
That was a why.
Sort of.
No, why in that sense?
Okay, so
because I
what?
could have done Saldana before Zik.
Okay. So
Okay.
there's Awo, Zik, and Saldana.
So
So there's a theme we know that always follows through with all of the stage plays that you have put out from Duke of Shomolu Productions. What was
Yeah.
the theme for Zik?
We asked me difficult questions today.
No, that's the same question we asked you.
No, I don't know. I don't think there's theme.
so what were you trying to get out of the story about? What was your focus?
I just wanted a beautiful Igbo story. Yeah. So there are two things that I'm a sucker for. I like Benin songs. They're very tragic. They make you cry. And I like crying.
You like cry?
Yeah.
He does cry
Yeah,
at every
cry.
play.
No, I think it's the most beautiful thing that God has given man. You get to cry.
The ability to cry.
Yeah, good.
I love that coming from a man, by the way.
Yes.
So I cry a lot. So it allows you to just get in tune with yourself. So
Emotions.
So somebody I do that scares people. So I give myself moments of sadness.
You give yourself moments of sadness.
Yeah, so I just go into
Every week.
Guess what?
Every week on Duke's stories, there is a day, especially around weekend. He picks a day and he says, I'm sad.
I'm gonna be sad today.
Yes, I'm not kidding. On his
Yeah.
stories every
Every
week.
Saturday.
Do you know how much I follow this man?
do you know the craziest thing about this? Every time I watch soldiers coming back home from maybe from Iraq or wherever, see, I binge it and I cry. Like for no reason at all. Just
Yes.
watching like, oh,
Yeah,
he's back
very, very
home.
touchy.
And yes, very
Yeah,
touchy.
that's it.
So I
So-
understand when he says like there are moments of sadness that you just pick
so
up.
two things. So the Benin songs, they have very sad songs. Those guys know how to be sad, and I love them for that. You hear their song, their traditional song, and then the Igbo romance. The Igbo songs.
romance.
It's very touching. It's very like when you see. When you hear songs like "If you want to marry your husband," so I like this kind of thing. So when the idea of Zik came, so I told the director, I said, "Look, let's go from the Anglo romance." So I need all of those Nelu Chendu, all of those
Romance.
Yeah,
Yes.
and there's a beautiful story behind it.
Okay, please tell us about it.
Okay, so he had a young wife who's now Professor Emeritus Uche, and the story behind it is that he had gone for one of those political meetings in the village, and the young girls now came out to dance. To welcome him out of that. And then this particular young girl had very big bum, and was attracted to her, and then eventually got married. You get, and then that's the lady that was still alive. She's still alive now.
Yeah.
Who gave birth to his latest children. Yeah. So when she came to see the play, so she came to see the second show. So the first show had happened. So she came to see the second show, and then she called and said, "How are you going to portray me that place that we met?" I was like, "Madam, it's too late." Because I already done in the first show. So I actually showed that part where she was dancing out there, where Azikna pointed out. And I was like, and then when the show finished, and I went on stage and I said, okay, now we now know why Zik kept on losing the election. Because of this person's distraction. And everybody laughed. And then she was there in the hall with her son and 2 or 3 of Zik's children were there in the hall. So, and then funny thing about the whole thing is that we brought our son too into the hall. Yes, I was grandson, sorry.
Yeah, grandson.
Yeah, and after the show, both of them came on stage and shook hands, and it was beautiful.
That was beautiful. That
That
must
is
have
a
been
beautiful
amazing.
angle.
Yeah.
I'm wondering about your research. how the process
I
went.
told you that before.
Yeah, but people like in the case of Basanjo and Awo, you did. So
no, so what is it you did? What is it? That's why I use people that have something to lose, people that have intellectual credibility, professors and doctors.
Okay.
Do you understand? So I just say, look, I want to do this play on Zik, and this is the angle I want to come from. So he researches on his own. Do you get it? And then he will most likely come to me and send me a synopsis. So I only use that synopsis, do you get it, to carve out the marketing plan. Do you get it? So basically, all intellectual rights, all property belongs to him. So if he does well, everybody heals him. If he messes up, everybody blows him up. Do you get it? So but this particular person, Dr. Irojuku, hey, you guy okay, man.
Don't worry, some of us are horrible.
I've seen my energy levels are not very high because I'm still having that problem hard, since like 7 days after. So
really?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I can't tell you what it is, but oh my gosh.
Yeah, you going was last night, but no problem.
Fellow.
So, Erojikwe Ikechukwu.
Yeah, Erojikwe.
Yeah, so he's a Zikist. He's a lecturer in the University of Nigeria, so he's a Zikist. So he has a relationship with Professor Uche.
Now that makes sense.
So he did a lot of research with her, apart from what he knows about him and all of that. That's where the issue of he trying to commit suicide came. Trying to link it with Awu.
Yes.
At some point, tried to commit suicide at some point, and then he joined police. Zik went to the police, and then people like Michael powerhouse. I can't remember their names just yet. So all of that was in the play.
So I mean, that point where he took some 7 young men from Nigeria to America to learn or to study and then bring them back. Can you expatiate that story just
so prior to that, Yoruba were going to London.
Okay.
Yeah, Yoruba were doing law. They're pushing themselves into law, and England was theirs. So he pioneered America.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Igbos went to America. And that now affected their outlook towards politics in Nigeria. Do you get? So Awo was more socialist inclined, while Zik was more capitalist inclined because he had this American background. You get me now? So he was more invested in more. Always. So you see people like
that's an interesting perspective.
No, true. You see that people like Fani Kayode. Some of them accounting, but most of them law.
We're talking about Ekiti men yesterday, and that Ekiti is the core of education for the West.
No. So you break it down more. It's more Ogun State.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's interesting.
So Ekiti people is a recent phenomenon.
Really?
Yeah, it's a recent phenomenon.
You don't say.
Yeah, Ekiti people go to school is like maybe 30, 60, 70 years ago. I'm talking about their Bekutas, their bars. They were the first people to get access to education. So they have great grandfathers, they have that gone to school as far back as wherever. You getting me now? So but when Zik came with the counter force. Do you understand? With the American Yoruba guy and Igbo guy. Yeah, which was strange at that time. So he was more Yoruba than Igbo. Yeah, so he lived all his life in Lagos. He was in Ibadan, came out for election in Ibadan. He spoke Yoruba very fluently. He spoke Hausa, but he was born in Minna, in Niger State, somewhere, Zungeru. Do you get me now? So he was more Nigerian than this.
Right.
You get than the three. You get. That's why he said, "Look, I'm Zik of Africa," and then people laugh at him and say, "Oh, from Zik of Africa, I became Zik of Onitsha." He came down. You get me now? But he was more expansive. You get. So you see, when Awo built the University of Ife, that was the one built Ahmadu Bello. He built University of Nigeria.
Nsukka.
Are you getting now?
Sorry, please just repeat that one small time.
So he was more expansive in outlook. For example, University of Ife.
Right.
You get the other one built Ahmadu Bello University in the north. He built University of Nigeria.
Okay.
So he was more
centered.
Nigeria, and that's why he didn't support the Civil War. Yes, and that's why he's not very well revered, just like that in Igbo land. So Juku has a little bit more.
Yes, he has a huge pedestal.
People see him as where he didn't support the cause. Artists like that, But then again, on the Nigerian side, people don't understand why they didn't kill him. So they killed every other person. They don't kill this one. What's happened? It's true now. The guy in the west was killed. The guy in the north was killed, and the guy in the east.
Yes, I noticed.
Yeah, let me remember. So while the political things just were like.
So he had a first wife.
Yeah, his first wife Flora.
Okay.
who was with him when he was president of Nigeria. I think she passed or something.
So my
You first get attracted with the physical.
Yes.
Yeah, I know the this, I don't know. But from what I saw, what I heard, I would imagine you get. So this was a guy that has a PhD. That was all of that. Tige was extremely very cerebral, well respected globally. He would have seen.
Let's know what was upstairs.
Yes, you get me now. And then for she to be able to handle that kind of power, because it's not easy on that kind of power. Do not forget that HID was not a young girl.
yeah.
She's not a young girl, so she had maturity, she has street smarts. But this one, I'm sure the age gap was like 40 years, if not more, because she's still alive. Yeah,
40 years.
If not more, because she's still alive. I mean, she's like 80.
That's right. Because when you say she was alive, his wife is still alive.
That is
and
true.
she's still very balanced. You can toast herself with him. You get yes. So that means the age gap must have been like that. So for she to have been able to hold him down, do you get? And with children that, Azikwe's first son is in his 70s. Yes.
Wait.
He's an ambassador.
Okay.
He's in Abuja, retired.
Yo.
Wow.
His first son is in his 70s. Do you get? And then this one is 83. What's it? You did the play? Do you get me now? So there must be something up there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you
I've
get?
seen something more.
That made her last that long and handle those things. And like every other big family, there are a lot of schisms that we didn't want to get involved in. You know, so those things came towards us. We avoided them. You go, you can't talk to this person, you can't talk to that person, and all of that, you know. But we avoided them. We just want to be focused on
the romance.
story, yeah.
On the story. Okay, who played Zeke?
Oh, he was what's his name? I don't know what his guy's name. Very brilliant actor. I think he was his name again. Did you watch that Nollywood movie they call Banana something that he jumped from Terminal Bridge into the water? That one that he did with Chigo.
Oh, the ghost one.
The ghost one.
Ghost one.
Yes.
Ooh.
That's the guy. That is
Banana
Is it that
Island
guy?
Ghost. That's the
Yeah.
name of the
That's
movie.
it.
That's the
So
guy.
we're going to just quickly check Banana Island Ghost
Yes.
and find out the name of the actor. So that
I must
actor,
find
Yeah,
the name.
yeah. He did Zeke.
he was the ghost, right?
Yes.
I literally can see his face.
He's dark.
Yes.
Tall.
So he played Zeke. How well did he play the
Oh,
character?
he's a very beautiful character actor. Very beautiful character. I think he's one of the best in the industry. We've not used him in the beats, you know. I think we should go back to him again. He's one of the best in the industry. He did phenomenally well. He did.
Is it Aka Nani?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because Aka was in that movie.
What is his name again?
I'm-
He was the
I'm
lead.
looking.
He was the lead in that movie. He jumped from the terminal into the water. I don't know why he jumped to draw. But,
No, of course not. We know for a fact that.
but this guy jumped to do now. Jude. In that other film.
Gideon.
Gideon, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but that was this
This
Palomar
yeah,
Bridge.
Palomar.
You know, fit for Milando.
Why? That one is not deep. Oh.
Which one?
No, that one is not deep. That's what I was dredging. If
It's
anytime
not
on that
too
bridge,
deep.
anytime on that bridge, have you ever seen a big ship there?
Not entirely. though.
There's
It's
no
just
big ship. It's
boats.
not, you can walk it. There's some
Hey.
parts of it you can walk. Yeah. Yeah. If you're on that bridge next time, that you're on the side of it, look carefully. You see people walking it. The name has not come out.
I've not seen the name. I'm searching very particularly because I wonder who he's talking about. I don't
It's
know.
the dark skinned guy.
Yes.
That is this dark skinned guy.
Oh, I
What's
see
his
his face, but I still don't know
Is
his
it
name. I'll look
Patrick
for it, don't worry.
Diabwa? Yes, Patrick
You did
Diabwa.
try. Chopped up for you, try.
You got it from there?
Patrick Diabwa.
Patrick
Yeah,
Diabwa.
that's it. That's it.
Ah,
That's it. He
okay.
plays it.
Nice.
I like him.
Yeah, I like
There's
him too.
something about him that's zen, but I feel like when you just say action, he comes to life. I've always thought about that when I see him in the movie.
Yeah.
And he hasn't even been in
I
recent
have a little
movies,
crush
by
on
the
him,
way.
just a little.
Sorry?
You have
I
a
have a
crush.
small crush on him.
It's good.
Yeah, he has this energy that I love. Anyway,
Absolutely. Well, we have to go on a rather short break, but when
Yes.
we come back, it is still deep dive on your One Family, One Radio, Super 92.7. The Duke is here, just so you know.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
92.7 Sure FM.
Ready to kick off your morning with a blend of the latest news, fun conversations, and a dash of entertainment? We've got it all at the Super Breakfast Show.
Start your day with our traffic update, keeping you ahead of the commute as you avoid those traffic jams and get to where you need to be fast.
And sip a cuppa with some of the headlines making the news today.
Would you rather coffee at 7 a.m.?
The Pages has got you covered. Don't miss the spotlight where we bring you the latest topical issues and you have your safety.
After that, get ready for some serious fun with the Big Breakfast Game Show. Your chance to play and win cool stuff.
We're not done yet. Step into the pod from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. It's a pot puree of deliciousness like poisson, delicat,
Not food.
oh, I mean, family matters, their men, tech spaces, today's women.
It's all that and more. The Super Breakfast Show, Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. Let's make breakfast super again.
You've been looking for other ways to reach a global audience. Would you like your business to reach your target audience and people from all walks of life? Call our commercial lines 0816 41 93677 or walk into our office at 31 Bishop Oluwole Street, Victoria Island, Lagos. Put your business on blast on Super 92.7 FM. For one family, one radio.
You're listening to the Super Breakfast Show to get your day started right here on Super 92.7 FM.
One family, one radio. 92.7 Super FM. To listen to us anywhere, download the Super FM Global app on the Google App Store or the iOS app right now. Stay connected to Super FM. 92.7 Super FM.
Solemn. It's like,
It's a little bit more. It's a little more than solemn.
have you even heard their burial songs?
No,
Lordy Lord. Like, I watched the movie and I'm like, please don't make me cry. No. Why did this guy have to die? Why? And then you begin to think about why the whys. Well, you're tuned into Deep Dive on 92.7 Super FM, the Super Breakfast Show.
Right.
With the Duke of Shomolu.
Himself,
right here, live and direct. And we're talking about Zik. That is the person of Nnamdi Benjamin Azikiwe. And we have gotten some really interesting
information about
him that I would never have thought.
You think so?
Yes. Yeah. What you want to give us? You want to give us hotter ones, Abby? Yeah, here for it. And I wonder about his he was a very athletic man.
Yeah, he was.
He was into boxing and
It looks like he was going to do rugby at some point.
He was boxing, swimming, football, tennis. The guy was a very active guy. I wonder what drove him.
He was an orator too.
Yes, he was a great orator. I really wonder what drove him
impeccable.
to be the person that he is. I really wonder if I don't know if you know, but
I wonder too.
Why are you like this, Chico?
I think he was a lover of media.
Yes.
Yeah, he had a newspaper.
Yes, he had
So
newspaper.
he knew the powers of media very early.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a student of Herbert Macaulay, who also had the newspaper. And then funny enough, the building where Nice Power was, it's still there. In Sabo. I pass it every morning. There's a lot of madams there in front of the place now selling dollar.
Are you
But
serious?
the building is there in its real essence. They've not brought it down just yet.
The building that was his former newspaper location?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
It's still there.
Now, why is that not a historic monument? A historical
know.
monument?
You talked
I
about
don't know.
museums last week that you
Yeah.
went to the museum in Onikon and
Yeah.
we didn't find anything on Ladi Kwali. We didn't see any of her pots, any of her
Nothing.
pottery, nothing. But then you
No.
posted something about museums in the weekend. I can't remember what it was about.
I was asking government to sell the 2 museums, the Lagos State one, the national one. They just sell the damn thing.
Because how do you have museums that don't have the things that museums should have, which is history?
Yeah.
I love that you're doing this because I've come to realize that as Africans, we don't entirely pay attention to historical monuments and dates. If you go on the internet and you want to check when this person died or Queen
Let me know funny
Elizabeth,
thing.
you see all of the details. But in Nigeria,
No, let me know
you have
funny
to
thing.
go to the library to go and read it.
Let me tell you a funny thing. So yesterday I was with a young lady, she's a professor in Howard University.
Okay.
She's Yoruba. And she wrote a book on Lagos. So the meanings of the streets in Lagos, like all those Clifford Street, Babako Street, and
Right.
and she told me, so Edgar, look, that all the letters written by the British colonialists as far back as 18 something on Lagos, you get, they're in somewhere in British Museum.
British Museum.
Yeah, that there's so much documentation that she's seeing that she can't even believe. All this Broad Street, Barefoot Street, all those things. And you see letters that you know why Christianity took over Africa. That there used to be competitions between the white missionaries and the Babalawos. They say, okay, make this rain fall or something. So you do and I will do. And they will do, the Bible person will win. And that's why everyone just moved towards him. All of those documentations, all of that are in the British Museum, well guarded. That they won't even allow you enter. You have to sign like 5, 6, 7 security checkpoints before you go. And then they'll be watching you from cameras as you are going through. Because you can't touch those paperbacks and things like that.
Yes.
So, but that there's so much history, but they're not here.
Why? How did we?
You know, I went to Badag with the point of no return, and I was asking, where I just want to see one ship. Like, I want to see just one ship. All of these ships that happened during the transatlantic slave trade, moving from one location to another. I just came back from Ghana. I was at the Osu Castle. There's no ship.
Wow. But there's a ship in Calabar.
There is?
I don't know if
There was, whether they've moved it.
Yeah.
But wait,
there's a ship in Calabar Museum.
how is it that we got to give out? I mean, letters written to us, we gave them back.
No. Letters written among themselves now. You know they had the colonial government, so they'll write letters to their ministry or something in London, say, we want to do borrow here or something. Those kind of normal. So all of that have been archived and kept there.
That's
Do you
crazy.
understand? You know, so there's nothing here, but it's all there.
Even some Benin figurines.
That's another joke.
That's a whole conversation. Oh, you heard about the repatriation of
should
some
not
of
have.
those. Sorry?
They should not have.
I've returned it, or they should not have accepted it.
They should not have returned it. They should
Why
ask for
not?
it. It's simple. Do you get those artifacts are there for 2 purposes? Do you get to tell a people's story to those who appreciate those stories, and also can be revenue earner.
To those who appreciate those stories.
And can be revenue earner. So you can take ownership. You can give back my ownership. Do you get? But keep custodian, because you will know how to preserve it better. You will know how to generate revenue from it. So if I were in Oba of Benin, I will go to the British Museum and say, you know something, let's have a world tour. Let's take these artifacts all over the world. Whatever you guys make, give me 50% of it.
You see now that
because you're taking this thing and going to keep in Benin, who is going to go there?
Yes. Where are they going to put it somewhere that people can have access and tour? But wait, he did say that one of the things that he noticed was some of even the people, I think the head of can't remember the person that's in charge of the process of returning it, that the former head was actually conniving with some people to steal the ones that they had to sell. So I think it was let's at least have our own history, because
it's I don't want to use the word stupidity. It's misplaced ego. Yeah, it's misplaced ego, because honestly, go through it. Who is going to go to Benin to see those things? How? Do you get which tourists will go to Benin to see those things? You come back.
Do they even have a place that you can
preserve?
Even if they do, you get what road?
Security challenges.
All those guys, you get me now? So on that flight from Denmark and come, you take the thing, you be in Denmark for a year. From there, you move to Brazil for a year.
You know, I like that you said
That's
that.
a great
that's
idea,
what I said.
actually, because remunerations from that will be huge.
We now use that money to come and impact Benin.
The Benin, wow.
You get either you build a small museum here, or you give the families or whatever. I don't know whatever you do the money, but it's staying in Benin. It's just there gathering dust.
Now we
spoke about Awo and the fact that the cars, all of those things are there just gathering dust.
I beg that woman, I said, give me the thing. Let me run it for you. We look for money. We refurbish the whole thing and they turn it into a small museum. I went to the house now. I slept on his bed. It's gathering dust.
And now that you even mentioned this, I like that you said something about taking all of this history from one country to another. Now, the Chibok girls, there are terracottas that were done by students of Ile-Ife Theatre Arts that were put together and were sent from one location to another. I think she went to the US with it. She's not even Nigerian. She's not Nigerian. She came from the US, came to Nigeria, and was in Nigeria for about 6 months and was with all the students so they can put terracottas of all of the girls that were taken by Chibok.
That's amazing.
And then she actually did bring them to Lagos.
Wow.
So she I think she traveled to, was it Italy, Paris, and I think 3 or 4 countries, and then she brought them back to Nigeria. It was at this hotel very close to us, hotel.
Okay.
And we did the entire, I was looking at it, I was like, oh my word, some of the girls came and were addressing us, having conversations with us there.
That is crazy.
And appreciating the history that we have in Nigeria. We don't appreciate it enough.
Because there's too much poverty, so you have to eat first. So let those who can appreciate it, and send the money to us.
Because it's no longer here. The terracottas are no longer here.
You know.
Vicky from Ojo says, wow, I'm really learning here. Good morning, Oga in the studio. That's the Duke of Shomolu. And good morning to us all. Vicky from Ojo, we see you. Thank you
so much.
And yes, you can send your messages. By the way, we're on Facebook as well, so you can catch this now and you can share this later. Facebook is Super 92.7 FM Lagos, and on YouTube, it's Super FM Lagos.
That's right.
What
you can
did
call
Duke
him on the
of
show.
Shomolu
He said he's heartbroken. Who broke his heart?
He's heartbroken. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'll tell you about
Well,
it.
0705 6900927 is the number to call us on, or send us a WhatsApp message. 0705 6900927.
Yeah, if you have a thought or two.
Where did Zeke show?
I can't remember.
You didn't take it to
Somebody's calling us.
No.
Okay. Let's see who's calling.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Calling from Lekki.
Okay, thank you for calling. What's your name again?
Ikile.
Ikile. Thank you for calling.
Ikile.
Yes, Ikile. Nice to meet you. Go ahead.
So, Duke of Shomolu, God bless you for what you just said. And from those states, and you can't believe that the issue of repatriation of those artifacts actually caused a particular, and not other reason, because they live between the former governor and the palace. And after that, it cost that party the election, I believe, last year. Now, there was a museum, it's currently ongoing in the city, although there's a controversy. It was called the Edo Museum of West Africa. And now, luckily for me, when the project was ongoing, I took a shot of the ball. It has been changed to Museum of West Africa. Now, the palace on the other part proposed to set up a museum. When I passed the site is vacant. That's the last time I was there, because vacant. I just moved to Lagos.
You can imagine.
Duke of Shomolu, you're very correct. Like, I didn't see it in this light, but I've always been against the repatriation of those artifacts. I've always been against, because I know that we don't have the capacity to store them. Now, I don't know maybe that, because I believe sometime last week, the artifacts were about 100 that were repatriated.
Yes.
I don't know, because the proposed the museum that was produced by the Benin Traditional Council, that I believe those artifacts are to be housed. As when I passed the site, it was vacant.
So imagine.
It was vacant. They had no broken ground. So Duke of Shomolu, God bless. Like, I had not seen it in that light.
Thank you.
So you can imagine if they had. You can imagine.
Thank you, Ikele.
Imagine if they had a Benin week at the British Museum. You get an Oba Benin flies in,
That would be.
and spends 2 days there taking questions. The
Benin
place
week
will
in
be
the
free to the brain.
Absolutely.
Wait, Benin, paint that picture again.
Benin week.
So there's a Benin week at the British Museum. So let's say it's a 6-month tour.
Right.
Do you get? So 2 weeks in London, 2 weeks in Holland, 2 weeks in America. Do you get? And the king is doing
Moving
all of that. You can imagine the
Impact
Crowd
it would
that
make.
it would
impact.
The attention it would
Attention
bring.
and the
It
revenue.
would even bring to
Yes.
Benin.
Well, someone just said, I don't know why we don't keep history. Do we still have students who have interest in studying history as a course?
Yes, now. Plenty.
I would have studied history.
Why in this story?
No, at SS1, my history teacher just came to class and broke down. I was crying. I can't forget it. As at SS1, he just came and said, "We're no longer going to be studying history because the federal government has yacked it off."
I never really
I
believed
was in
that.
SS1 then. Oh
I
no,
couldn't
it happened when I was in
understand
school.
it.
Yes, it did.
Yes.
Yeah.
In my time, I was in SS1. I remember.
And the year I mean it isn't na play.
No. It was
Not the
actually
play.
cancelled out.
I remember.
Cancelled.
I did it in my first
But they brought it back
term.
now.
I'm not sure,
Civic
to be honest.
education that looks like social studies.
Wow.
And I'm not even going to lie to you because my brother does. He
That
did
is
it when
such
he
a
was.
shame.
Because I remember vividly, I had done the first year. Because I'm good with dates and names, so all of the 1963s, I know dates and I know names, and I was really interested in it. And the man came into after our first term, I aced it. And then the man was really interested in the things that I wanted to know or say. So we would go to his office, we'll read. And I remember him coming to class and crying.
Wow.
And this man is not, the man obviously has ADHD.
No,
so
not
he's
only
everywhere.
that, he lost a job. Yes, now.
It was a passion.
And that's what I understand, that his own was more on the impact that he would have had on us because
Yeah.
we were enthusiastic about
Again,
history.
Yeah.
he lost a
He
career.
lost a job. Exactly, he lost a career. So he stood there crying and saying, "We're not going to be doing history
like
anymore."
this
And it was taking away from
Make my
our
voice look
curriculum. Duke of Shomolu just said he likes
It's
the
only
headphones.
one. It's only
And then
one
he
Duke of
makes it look-
Shomolu.
Yeah,
Look
well,
at
this
this
is-
one.
well,
looks
this
I
is-
just want you to know that I love you.
Thank you so much.
So I remember that, and at the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, why then? Because now there's so many things that I don't even know, and so many people out there don't even know about
Yeah.
Nigeria.
And we're not even doing the work that it takes to preserve history,
Yeah.
so that those who want to
Preserve.
know can go. That's what I'm saying. We're not doing
We
the
don't have
work.
it.
But I would come back to Nnamdi Azikiwe because there were some conspiracies and allegations. I know you didn't focus
Touch
on that, but I was wondering about it. When he supported the general strike in June 1945, there was that conspiracy, that support, and then his attack on the colonial government via his publication is West African Pilots.
That's the building is there, Sabo. With signboard is there.
Really?
That made them
I'd like to
suspend.
visit there.
Yeah, Sabo. Just go Sabo bus stop. Drop Sabo bus stop. Just walk to the left.
I think he was suspended on in that same year of 1945. His publication, by the way, on the 8th of June 1945.
And that
Because
building is
it
still
was
there.
critical of
Yes.
Korean government. Yeah.
And he was praising the striking workers. He was praising their leader, Michael Imodu.
Imodu.
He was accusing the
Michael
colonial
Imodu.
government of
Iconic.
exploiting the working class.
Yeah.
For you, what do you think about that? Well, if you think about Nnamdi Azikiwe generally, what comes to mind for you?
Okay, so I see him very differently from Awu and the rest. Do you get? I see him as being more flamboyant because he was more of an orator. Awu wasn't that strong as an orator, but Awu was very deep. So those words made up for his lack of flair. But Zik had flair. Do you get? So it was flamboyant. It was a colorful character. It was an early Chuba Okadibo. Do you understand? Yeah. So he was very soft-skated. He was man about town. He liked the good life and all of that. You get me? So that made him very popular nationwide because he projected himself as a Nigerian. He was more popular in Yoruba land than he defeated out in elections in Ibadan now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Hausas loved him
And the
because
Hausas
he
loved him
spoke
because
their
speak their
language.
and all of that again. So if we had someone like Zik today, I think Nigeria would be better for it.
I actually agree with you.
Yeah, because he wasn't limited by ethnicity.
Yeah.
You get it? He wasn't.
transcended
Yes,
beyond that.
and he had the more expansive outlook, maybe because of his American. So he was very well inspired by Marcus Garvey, those kinds of African American thought processes and all that. Again, so that pushed his politics, and that made him a different person from the kinds of leaders that we had at that point in time.
You talked about assassination. Yes, go ahead.
No, go.
Okay. You talked about assassination, and there was a time that he raised an alarm about assassination plots by some unknown individuals working on behalf of the colonial government.
Oh, there's a strategy. There's not like that happen. There's a strategy.
Really? You think so?
Like that
The president do that a lot now. Don't kill me. So that would.
He said there was a wireless message that was intercepted by a pilot reporter.
No, all those things are just strategy. Because so what that thing does for you, even politicians of nowadays do it now. I don't kill me. You just raise an alarm. Natasha did it.
I wanted to say it.
I wanted to say it as well.
So what that does for you is that it gives you public sentiment. It drives public sentiment towards you. Do you get me now? And then very importantly, it makes people who are even thinking along those lines to calm down. If they're thinking along those lines at all.
If at all they were even thinking about it.
So just calm down. Don't shout. That kind of stuff. So he did a lot of that in his career.
You said something about his suicide attempt.
Yeah, very early.
Give us a...
It was a way to... I think it happened in Ghana. Because between Nigeria and America, there was Ghana. And this wasn't working out well for him. And then he attempted. I think he went in front of a train station, in front of a train or something.
Attempted suicide.
Yeah, attempted to kill himself, but he was saved. Then his mother had to go to Ghana to talk him out of it. And then he joined the police immediately after that as a constable. And he was very terrible in that. So you watch the play.
You said it.
Yeah, you watch the play. You see where they're marching this way, he's marching that way. In the play, so they depicted it very well.
Right, in the play.
Yeah.
Did you talk about his independence and how we gained independence as Nigeria?
Yeah.
In the play as
so
well.
the people that about the whole thing is that in our play Southana, and also in our play, I'm very self-conscious right now because
don't worry.
Someone was watching me there and they said, I used to do those things like all this kind of biscuit.
No, of course not.
Don't worry, that's not true.
Never would ever
that
think
that.
True. That wouldn't even cross anybody's mind.
Okay.
Please.
Yes, you were telling us.
Yeah, so if you see Saldana and you see Awu and you see Zik, so there's a scene that links all three. That's the Independence Day night. Yeah, so during Awu we showed it.
Okay.
Do you get? And then Wole Soyinka gave them a play, and then there was a lot of high life music and a lot of dance and all of that. And then Kotebo came with his long rapper. So in Saldana the same thing happened, in Zik the same thing happened. Because three of them were very instrumental to
the independence.
And then Zik was the president, and Tafa Balewa was prime minister, and Abu was premier of Western Region or something like that. So they were all on stage at the same time. You get?
Wow.
That is amazing.
Oh.
You wanted to ask another question.
No, that was the question I wanted to ask, because the independence and everything surrounding his life and his time. Did you touch base with how he grew up when he was young?
Okay. So he was very close to his mother. His mother had a very strong influence on her. That's why he had problems in Ghana. His mother was one that went. You get? So I can't remember. His father worked for a railway or something. That's why he was born in Sungeru. So he had a very mobile. This thing, because he was always following his father up and down, things like that. So that building is Sungeru. I hear it's still there. Where he was born. I hear it's still there.
That is awesome.
And then his house in Enugu. No, where is that his house again? So it's still there. Something happened. It's still there. So the director went there to have it. And everything was supposed to. So there's a guy that came to the play. And he's a very big lawyer right now, very big lawyer. In fact, he tried to be the NBA president and he failed. So he said, look, that he still remembers Zeke very well as a bully.
As a bully?
Yes. So don't forget that Zeke had a very young wife. I mean, he had very young children.
Of course.
So he was classmates with one of those young children. So anytime they want to go, anytime they invite them for lunch, if he wants to go, his father will say, hey, you want to go to Zeke's house? You must bath 7 times. They'll go and buy new clothes. Say, I just want to go. Hey, Zeke's house. Do you understand? Because he was such a legendary figure. This is like the 80s. So the father will take him shopping, pamper him.
Just to visit.
Just to go and visit. And then the father will make sure he takes him there. Because the father has an opportunity to see Zeke.
That must have been
You know?
epic.
And then will come there and there'll be other parents too in the same way. And then Zeke's children will not come out not wearing anything because it's their house. But every other person is dressed to the hilt because they're going to see Zeke. But there's something will happen now. Something that used to happen that shows that Zeke was a bully. So when they are in the children's side of the huge compound playing, yes. So Zeke would want maybe he wants to give his child sweet or something, you get. He will not go and wear his full regalia. Do you get? And then he will not walk majestically to them. He will not call the guy and say, I just came to give you your sweet. And then he will not go. So that
it was intimidating.
It was intimidating. That all of them will not look at him like
no way.
With their fathers. It was just a show off. In his old age, he will wear the full regalia and he will come and he will leave. He just came to give his son sweet, and he will come back. and then when they get home, their mothers will be waiting. How far? The father will say, he came out. He came out. He will see Zeke of Africa. I don't know.
No way.
And then everybody in the area will come out to hear. So his own father now, will now become we tell him, so Zeke. You see him today.
These are the little simple things of life that we miss.
Yeah, true.
Yes,
it's just now there's air. Everybody has ego and air everywhere. It's so beautiful I can literally picture it right now.
Yeah.
That is such a beautiful story.
I can even imagine being Zeke's child.
Yeah. So
daddy.
so when it was time for the play, he came all the way from Abuja. This man. Now he's a man now. He came with his whole family, flew everybody in.
No way.
Then he was part of this thing. He gave me so much money. Because he saw Zeke. Said, Duke, I want to speak on stage. I said, no, if everybody that saw Zeke speak on stage, you won't go.
We'll not go.
So just watch the play and
just go.
and then after the play, he see him standing at the door. I saw him.
I saw him
as a child. He was stopped on the there.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was successful. I saw him as
Yeah. It was a monumental thing. And finally, someone is celebrating that person.
And that was because those were true leaders were selfless. So call them anything you want to call them. Call anything you want to call them. You get selfish. You will not call them. Their policies may not augur well. You get, but you know that those policies came from a point of nationalistic interest, not a point of selfish interest. That's why they were deified.
Right.
So our leaders today are not deified. Do you get? So if our leaders today come on this road, people will rush them with hope that they'll spray money. Do you get? People don't rush them. We don't let them go and see that
and
man
hear what he has to say
because there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Do you get? It's empty. So when you see people like Zeke, people like Awo, people like Sardana, people like Jack Onde, people like Gowon, people like Ojuku, those were men. Those were men who were not driven by any selfish intent. So when we do these productions, I feel their spirit coming to the hall and just say, God, well done. And you talk that story well. I kid you not, yeah. I actually see people in the hall transfixed by those stories. They just look, wow.
Was this the life?
Yeah.
This person lived.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Someone sent us another Sir, if we have somebody like Zeke today, Nigeria will be a great country.
Yes,
well done, Duke of Shomolu.
Thank you so much, Vicky from Ojo.
Yes, so everybody, intently. So I find that a lot of people are intently listening every Thursday, but don't want to see anything because they don't want to miss out on anything. Because when Duke comes, sometimes Duke will start slow and steady. You just think this one, and then he just drops a sob, and next thing,
he's on a roll.
It is a delight
I'm heartbroken
to have you. We're back to the heartbrokenness. It is a delight to have you
Thank
today.
you.
And thank you for
so
sharing
much.
this. Where do you want to go next week?
I don't know, it's up to you guys.
It's up to us. We might just finish the trio.
Do anonymous repost.
He does have a book called Anonymous Impulse. Yes.
Okay.
It is.
All right.
But we thank
got
you.
to go.
And
Thank
if you
you
just
so
found out, you just tuned in and you're like, what are they saying? What are they saying? What are they saying? Well,
we have been talking about Nnamdi Azikiwe, Nnamdi Benjamin Azikiwe, aka Z.
Dr. Nnamdi Benjamin Azikiwe.
And we've been speaking with the Duke of Shomolu, who produced an entire theatre play to celebrate the life and times of Nnamdi Azikiwe. And it has been one to remember. See, you definitely should catch this on YouTube in case you're just coming in and you're wondering, what are we talking about? Well, go to Facebook. We've been live on Facebook since 11 o'clock. We have been live on YouTube since 11 o'clock as well. Our YouTube page is at Super FM Lagos. And on Facebook, we are here at Super 92.7 FM Lagos.
Yes, Duke is an amazing man. An author, has published over 7 books, contributing significantly to Nigeria's literary space. I can't wait for the coffee table book to come out. He also is a respected columnist and essayist known for his thought-provoking articles that span politics, business, and culture. An investment banker, an amazing investment banker, by the way. And